Trojan family, Trojan gang. What it do, y'all? What it do, y'all? Mr. Fight On Forever is in the building. And today, I'm back with another one. And you know how I like to do. You rocking with me, hit that like, hit that subscribe. And we gonna get into it, you hear me? Now, it's been rumors circulating. They heating up about Lynn possibly going, you know what I'm saying, to Penn State as the defensive coordinator. Now, Lynn had a scheduled interview with the press for this bowl game, right? But USC canceled it. Around the same time, these rumors are swirling that Penn State is going hard to try to make Lynn their defensive coordinator for Penn State, right? Now, at this point, USC, we went through this last year with Lynn. When Penn State came after him, I think we renegotiated, reassured him another bag in his situation. Now, if we got to go through this every year, especially when we recruit and we trying to build something, we need somebody, a defensive coordinator who dedicated to this program for the long run. Right, we need a defensive coordinator who dedicated to this program for the long run, and we ain't got to worry about leaving every year. These other schools, they're going to start reverse recruiting, especially the defensive player. Like, why you gonna go to USC? They DC might not even be there. It's up in the air from year to year with Lynn. He might lead a Penn State at any minute now. And this tells you something. If he's looking at Penn State when he could have went to Penn State last year, that means he's not feeling that confident right now at USC. Because why would you leave, especially after this great recruiting class of 35 kids, right? All the great talent in, all the great defensive talent coming in. I mean, Penn State didn't even have a recruiting class this year. I think Penn State only got like 4 or 5 commits for real, right? So why would you go to Penn State over SC besides your alma mater? Now, if it was about your alma mater, you could have went last year, right? And it ain't about the direction of the program, because Penn State is going in a downwards direction. USC is steady climbing in the upwards direction. So besides that being your alma mater, why would you go there to a lesser program, one program that's on the rise and the other program that's flatlining right now, right? Why would you do that? So I feel like USC, we need to move on if every year we're going to deal with is Lynn going to leave for Penn State, right? We need a DC that's committed. And then especially he thinking about leaving without accomplishing nothing here. Without a playoff appearance, without filling a top 20 defense, you ain't finished your mission here. So you willing to jump ship? We don't need nobody that's going to be thinking about jumping ship every year, right? I don't know if it's because it's Penn State and his alma mater, he's going to listen to them every time they call. Well, we don't need that. We need somebody who's dedicated and loyal to us. In college football, we already dealing with unloyal players that leave every year or get asked to leave. College football, we used to change. So if you want to be that change, then get on. But coaches, we need some stability. We need some stability with the coaches. How we going to recruit the 2027 class on the defensive side of the ball when you in conversations with Penn State? Luckily, our best recruiters is our position coaches, right? And these players be having closer relationship with their position coach, right? But still, this ain't a good look on a program when our DC is always looking at Penn State, always looking at somewhere else. Like, if you ain't willing to upgrade your job, if you willing to make a lateral move, like going from USC to Penn State, then we don't need you. You supposed to be here and you supposed to get your head coaching job from here, right? A head coaching job, not no DC, right? If you gonna go to Penn State to be the head coach. But all in all, the rumors is heating up. Multiple sources, USC sources, they've been talking about he been meeting with Penn State, and the talks is serious. It ain't a game, it ain't a joke. People ain't chasing clout. This is actually something he doing and he considering. So D'Anton Lynn probably finna make a decision soon whether he gonna stay at USC or not. And if I'm USC, I'm making the decision for him and I'm letting him go, because we're not going through this every year. We just not. We're not going through this every year. We need stability. We already got fake news and fake sources talking about our head coach could go to Florida. You know, Lincoln Riley name getting mentioned in so many culture searches. Now they coming after our DC, right? We don't need that. This is exactly what other schools want, is to be able to cast doubt on USC so we can't snag another recruiting class like we did this year. They know if we get another class like we did this year, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, right? They know we're going to be back in contention, and once we get in the playoff in contention, the recruiting is going to be even at another level. They know we was able to recruit this class coming off a 7-6 season. Remember, this class started getting commitments. This class got half its commitments, even more. This class had like 25 commitments before the season even started. So we was able to get this class coming off a 7-6 season. This class was committed way before this season was over. When we was in game 2 or 3, we had everybody in this class pretty much locked, right? We had everybody in this class pretty much locked. So they know if we could do that off a 7-6 season, what's going to happen if we go 11-1? What's going to happen if we make the playoffs? It's a wrap, right? It's really a wrap. So they trying to everything they can, the little things, right? Rumors about the coaches, instability, overhyping our players that's going into the transfer portal, trying to talk mess about how we announced that we resign players, right? They hate everything USC do, but eventually start copying it. I guarantee you other schools are gonna start copying USC announcing they resigning their players, right? So D'Anton Lynn, you either with us or you not. And this the second year in a row that you has been entertaining other offers. Now last year it was the head coach position. He had some offers for and the DC position, and you didn't take it, right? Now you entertaining the same offer from the same school a year later. What that say about how you feel about USC? He can't be locked in and in love with USC and dedicated to USC when he's looking at other jobs every year, right? He wouldn't go back to the same situation a year later, then especially how Penn State is on the downfall, horrible recruiting class. Everybody had decommitted. Why would you go in that situation and start over? You're going to have to rebuild that defense, rebuild again, because Penn State ain't what it was, right? So why leave that situation? Sunny Southern California, just because it's your alma mater. Like I said, if that's the case, you should have won last year because it's your alma mater. So Lynn, apparently you ain't in, and if you ain't in, you gotta go. And it's okay, because your defense ain't looked too great over these last 2 seasons. Our weakness is still defense. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't got better, but it's still the same thing that's holding us back. So you ain't even got the job done here, and you willing to make a unilateral move out of Los Angeles to Happy Valley. The fact that this even a conversation for Lynn right now, let us know we need to let Lynn go. He's not completely locked into the program. His heart ain't into the program. But we need people who locked in the USC for the long term, who is at least locked in to the contract we signed him. He's still under contract and you're entertaining. That means you're looking for something better. That's like if you in a relationship with somebody. D'Anton Lynn is in a relationship with us, and right now he's going out on a date with his ex-girlfriend to see if they want to rekindle that. He's going on a date with his ex-girlfriend, and USC, we high value. We too high for that. If you don't want to be with us, then gone. If you thinking about going somewhere else and it ain't an upgrade, now if it's an upgrade to a head coaching position, then I understand it. If they gonna throw a serious amount of money at you, way more than USC, I understand. But anything besides an upgrade or buku more money, it's like you're not locked in with us. You're not locked in with us, and we need coaches that are locked in. It's hard to win a national championship, and you got to be locked in from the top to the bottom. So Trojan fans, I just want to tell you, that this is the rumors that's been going around. This is the rumors that been going around. D'Anton Lynn is dating Penn State right now, and he flirting with them right now, disrespecting, in my opinion, his relationship with USC. That's why they canceled that press conference. That's why they canceled the press conference. And a lot of the players ain't too big a fan of Lynn anyway, but I'm gonna say that for a different story, a different day. If he leave and go to Penn State, I'm gonna tell y'all what the players really be saying about Lynn and what Lynn be saying about the players that I have withheld, because it will hurt the program if I tell you what the Anti-Lynn be doing, right? So until then, man, it's Trojan family, it's Trojan gang, it's Mr. Fight On Forever, and I'm out this thing.